Good day, beloved. This message is for the one who wakes up early, works late, gives their all, and still feel like they have nothing to show for it. For the one who keeps pushing, keeps believing, keeps showing up, even when life seems unfair, and the result doesn't match the effort. I see you. And more importantly, God sees you. You are not lazy. You are not ungrateful. You are not doing it wrong. You are just in a season of building where the results are not yet visible, but the foundation is been laid. Think of a seed. For a long time after it's planted, nothing appears to be happening. It's hidden, but under the soil, the roots are going deep, so that one day it can stand strong in every storm. Your results may be delayed, but your progress is not denied. You are not stuck. You are being strengthened. You are not losing. You are learning, and you are not forgotten. You are being formed. This is not the end of your story. It's part that builds the depth of your character, the strength of your spirit, and the clarity of your purpose. You don't need to see instant success to know that God is working. He doesn't rush masterpieces, and you are His masterpiece in motion. Your effort is not wasted. Your sacrifice is not invisible. You are becoming something greater than the world can measure. Someone who doesn't quit when it's hard. Someone who doesn't stop when it's slow. So keep showing up, even when nobody claps, even when no one sees the tears, even when you are running on faith alone. Because here is what I know. Breakthrough comes after the stretch. Harvest comes after the toil. Victory comes after the test. Do not despise this chapter, because the pressure you feel is not to break you. It's the birth of next vision of you. And when the doors finally open, when the results finally show, you will realize you didn't just build success. You built resilience. You built discipline. You built depth. So walk tall today. You may not be where you want to be, but thank God you are not where you used to be, and you are not going back. You are not done. You are becoming. The time is coming. Keep going. You are closer than you think. Let me speak to the hidden champion in you. Yes, you, the one who keeps it together when you feel like falling apart, the one who prays in silence, works in silence, and fight battles no one knows about. You have questioned yourself. You have asked, why am I still here? Why is this taking so long? Why does it seem like others are flying and I am crawling? Hear me now. Delay is not denial. You are not late. You are being prepared. God doesn't elevate people who are only gifted. He elevates those who are grounded. And the deeper your roots go in this silent season, the higher you will rise. When the moment comes, don't compare your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 20. Your story is secret. Your pace is divine. Remember, even when you don't see fruits, if you are sowing in obedience, you are not wasting your time. You are investing it. Your discipline, your faithfulness, your refusal to give up is building something eternal in you. Let me remind you, Noah built an ark before it ever rained. David was anointed king, but went back to tending sheep. Joseph had a dream, but first came the pit, the prison, and years of waiting. The process is never pretty, but the promise is always worth it. So don't curse your process. Don't abandon your field because the fruit hasn't appeared. You are closer than you think. And just like that, one day the door opens, the opportunity arrives, the harvest bursts through the ground. And it won't be random. It will be the reward of every sleepless night, every painful prayer, every yes when you wanted to quit. You will say it was worth it. Every single tear was worth it. So don't be moved by what you don't see. Be moved by what you believe. Even now, you are growing, you are healing, you are aligning, you are rising. Hold the line, keep the faith, walk through the fire. You are not behind. You are being built. And when the time is right, nothing will stop what's coming to you. Not because you forced it, but because you were faithful. You kept showing up, and heaven saw it all. The shift is coming. Listen, there is a shift coming, and it's going to make sense of everything you have been through, every delay, every closed doors. Every time you ask God, what are you doing? You are going to look back and say, now I understand. Because the things about God is, He doesn't just bless you, He builds you. He doesn't just promote, He prepares. And before He opens the next level, He makes sure you are ready to carry it. That's why it's been hard. That's why it's taking long. That's why He didn't answer some prayers the way you wanted. Not because He forgot you, but because He knows your future, and He's making you strong enough to live in it without breaking. You are not walking in circles. You are walking in purpose. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. And soon, the doors that wouldn't open will soon open. Not just because of favor, but because you stayed faithful when no one was watching. You didn't fold when it got hard. You didn't walk away when it got lonely. You didn't give up when results were slow. You didn't chase shortcuts, but chose the narrow road. And heavens took note. Let me tell you something real. When the shift happens, it will happen fast. What took years to build will bloom in a moment. What was stuck will start to flow. And people will say, where did this come from? But you will know. You will know it came from every private battle, every quiet act of obedience. Every time you kept your heart pure when bitterness was knocking. Every time you honored God in the dark. You are not being overlooked. You are being overprepared. And now it's your time not to strive, but to step in. Not to chase, but to receive. Not to explain, but to walk boldly in what is already yours. So this is your way today. Don't let tiredness talk you out of destiny. Don't let silence fool you into thinking nothing happened. God is working even now. So rise up, stand firm. Pray like it's already done. Plan like it's already yours. And walk like heaven is begging, because it is. The shift is coming. And when it comes, you won't need to knock. Door will open on its own. You are built for this. Let me say this as clearly as I can. You were not built to break. You were built to rise. You may have scars, but you are still standing. You may feel tired, but your spirit is still burning. You may have cried, but your tears were seeds, not weakness. You don't come this far just to stop. We didn't go through all the pain just to return to average. God did not bring you out to leave you halfway. Philippians chapter 1 verse 6 says, being confident of this very thing, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion. You are still in the story, and God finishes what he starts. This storm is not the end. It's the tension before the breakthrough, the pressure before the promise. After you have suffered a little while, the God of all grace will himself restore you and make you strong, firm, and steadfast. That is what 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 10 says. So let us declare it over you now. You will not quit. You will not shrink. You will not settle for less than what God promised. You have come too far. You have grown too deep. You have fought too long. You were built for this. Built to endure. Built to overcome. Built to finish strong. Galatians chapter 6 verse 9 says, do not grow weary in doing good, for at a proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. There is a proper time, and it's coming. So lift your head, square your shoulders, and walk forward in bold faith, because what God is about to do in your life will silence every doubt, shut every lying voice, and restore everything the enemy tried to steal. And when that door opens, you won't walk in timidly. You will walk in as a survivor of the silence, a witness of God's keeping power, and a living example that delay is not defeat. So hear me. Keep building, keep believing, keep showing up, keep praying like it is already shifting. Keep speaking like the mountain has already moved, because when the appointment time comes, Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3 says, the vision is for the appointed time. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not delay. You won't need to force it. You won't need to beg for it. It will find you ready. So go ahead. Take that breath. Wipe those tears. Strengthen your crown. You are not forgotten. You are not late. You are not average. You were built for this. Your reward is coming. You don't fight for nothing. You don't cry for nothing. You don't obey God in secret just to be forgotten in public. Your reward is coming. Let this be your confirmation. Heaven is not unjust. God does not miss a single act of faith. Not one prayer. Not one seed. Not yes. When it would have been easier to quit. Hebrews chapter 6 verse 10 says, God is not unjust. He will not forget your work and the love you have shown him. You may feel unseen, but you are fully known. You may feel stuck, but you are being strategically positioned. You may feel delayed, but you are simply on God's calendar, not man's clock. There is a reward for those who enjoy. There is a crown for those who didn't give up. There is a public table being prepared in front of every voice that mocked you. Psalm chapter 23 verse 5 says, you prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You won't have to prove anything. Your fruit will speak for itself. The doors that wouldn't open before will now unlock without effort. The things you had to chase will now come looking for you. The strength you begged for is now rising inside you. And when it comes, it won't just bless you. It will bless everyone connected to you, because this isn't just about success. It's about legacy. It's about kingdom impact. It's about showing the world what God can do with someone who refused to bow to fear. So keep moving. Not because it's easy, but because it's worth it. Keep walking. Not because you feel strong, but because grace is carrying you. Keep speaking life, even when you are in dry place, because your words are carrying the very atmosphere you will walk into next. Galatians chapter 6 verse 9 says, let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. This verse is repeated because you need to hear it twice. This is your moment to dig deeper, not out, to praise even while you wait, to thank God not just for what's come, but for what he kept you through, because now the shift is not only near, it's happening. The pressure is turning to faith. The warfare is turning to wisdom. The silence is turning to sound, and the sound is testimony. So go ahead and say it out loud. I am not quitting. I am not going back. I'm not giving in. I'm standing. I'm sowing. I'm stretching, because my reward is coming, and I will not miss it. Your story is not over. The best days are not behind you, and your reward is closer than you think. God is not just restoring your strength. He is restoring everything. This is not the end, it's the launch. Listen to me and listen with your spirit. This is not the end. This is not where your story finishes. This is the launch. The breaking point you feel is not your breakout, it's your breakout. Yes, the enemy tried to bury you. He tried to confuse your mind, dry out your energy, distract your purpose. But what he didn't realize is that you are not buried. You have been planted, and planted things grow. John chapter 12 verse 24 says, unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains alone. But if it dies, it produces much fruit. That season where it looks like nothing was happening, it was underground growth. You weren't wasting time. You were developing roots that can carry the weight of glory. Now hear this. The silence was your training ground. The closed doors were divine protection. The loneliness was preparation for leadership. The delay was God's way of making room for more. So stop saying, I'm stuck. You are not stuck. You are sent. Sent to break cycles. Sent to open doors for others. Sent to carry light in dark places. Sent to show what grace can do. Isaiah chapter 60 verse 1 says, rise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. It's time to get up. not just physically, but spiritually, mentally, emotionally. You have cried long enough. You have questioned yourself long enough. You have tried to fit into small places long enough. Now it's time to launch. And you don't need a crowd, just clarity. You don't need applause, just assignment. You don't need a perfect start, just bold obedience. Psalm chapter 37, verse 23 says, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. So start stepping, even if it's shaky, even if it's not popular, even if no one claps, go anyway. Because this is not just about you. This is about what's going to come through you. Families will rise because you said yes. Generation will shift because you didn't quit. Lives will be changed because you were full in the hidden season. This is bigger than your feelings. This is destiny. So stop looking back. Stop explaining yourself. Stop replaying failure like it's your identity. You are more than what tried to break you. So today, I declare this over your life. You will launch with power. You will rise with clarity. You will build with fire. You will move with peace. You will speak with boldness. You will walk through every door God opens with your head held high, because this is not the end. This is the beginning. Now walk in it. You have prayed. You have cried. You have believed. You have enjoyed the silence. You have stood your ground. Now it's time not to wait, but to walk. This is not a season to hesitate. This is not time to keep asking God, is this really me? Yes, it's you. John chapter 15 verse 16 says, you did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you to go and bear fruits, fruit that will last. You were chosen for this, not because you are perfect, but because you were willing, not because you have it all together, but because you said yes when others said no. Now walk in the calling, walk in the boldness, walk in the rooms you once felt unworthy to be in, because God sent you. Joshua chapter 1 verse 3 says, every praise that the soul of your foot will tread upon, I have given to you. That means the moment you show up, favor shows up. The moment you speak, heaven speaks you. The moment you obey, breakthrough begins to move. You carry something powerful. You carry discipline. You carry oil from the crushing. You carry wisdom that cannot be googled. You carry fire that cannot be faked. So stop playing small to make others comfortable. Stop shrinking to fit into what you've outgrown. Stop waiting for outside validation when God has already stamped his yes on you. Proverbs chapter 28 verse 1 says, the righteous are as bold as a lion. You are not stepping in fear. You are stepping in faith. Faith to build again. Faith to speak up. Faith to create. Faith to lead where there is no path yet. Faith to walk on water while others stay in the boat. Because the same God who kept you in the fire is the same God who's calling you forward now. So don't just dream it. Walk in it. Don't just talk about it. Build it. Don't just believe it. Live it. You have spent enough time surviving. Now it's time to walk in purpose. Walk in alignment. Walk in peace. Walk in power. Because when you walk, you shift the atmosphere. When you move, chains break. When you step, the earth responds. Ephesians chapter 2 verse 10 says, for we are God's masterpiece, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepares in advance for us to do. This was prepared for you. Now go walk in it. Now I want you to finish with fire. You have come through the storm. You have learned to walk when your legs were shaking. You have prayed when your voice trembled. You have built in silence when no one was clapping. Now hear this. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 8 says, the end of a matter is better than its beginning, and patience is better than pride. You didn't come this far just to survive. You didn't press through just to slow down at the finish line. You were made to finish strong. There's something about people who stay faithful to the end, not just when it's exciting, not just when it's new, but when it's hard, when it's quiet, when it feels unseen. That's where legacy is forged. 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 7 says, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. You are not a quitter. You are not the one who gives up in the final round. You are the finisher. You don't build halfway. You complete what you started. You don't speak life and then fall silence. You declare until the last breath. You don't crawl across the finish line. You run with fire in your eyes and purpose in your stride. And what is that fire? It's the Holy Spirit burning inside you. It's the flame of every tear, every prayer, every word God has spoken over your life. It's the fire that reminds you you are not empty. You are empowered. This world may try to drain you, but you finish full of faith, full of vision, full of obedience. Philippians chapter 1 verse 6 says, being confident of this very thing, that he who began a good work in you will complete it. He started it. He will finish it, and you will walk in the fullness of it. So to the will, don't stop now. To the builder, don't drop the hammer. To the dreamer, don't fall to the vision. To the one who almost gave up last night, you were born to finish with fire. Let your years be louder than your fear. Let your praise be greater than your pressure. Let your finish be stronger than your fight. Because in your end you will stand, and the world will know this one didn't just survive. They finished with fire. You are loved and special. God bless you.